Welcome back, everybody. A new book tour is looking to inspire youth all across the country, and it's coming to schools across San Diego County, too. And here to tell us more about the tour is author Chad Stewart. Chad, great to see you again.
Thank you.
You authored this book called Britfield.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Talk to us about Britfield.
Yeah, it's exciting. It started as a concept about 10 years ago, and it took me 4 years to write, 2,500 hours. And it's been a long process, but we just literally soft launched it in April, which means we're just rolling out Southern California, testing it, testing our message. We go national this summer, and then we go international with the book next year.
Well, what's the book about, and what inspired you to write it?
Yeah, it's Britfield and Lost Crown. It's part of a 7-book series. Each story takes place in a different country. Book 1 takes place in England. Book 2 will take place in in France. Book 3 will take place in Italy. And what it is it's what's nice about it is it's about Tom and Sarah. They're orphans. They escape from Weatherly Orphanage. They commandeer a hot air balloon and start to fly over England. And so it's a fast-paced adventure novel, number one. Number two, it's really based on family values like courage, character, sacrifice. Family plays a huge theme. And then it's an educational book. So, children can actually read this and learn about, British history, architecture, culture, all of that. So it's all this in one. We piloted it before I finished actually writing it, and so we went out to schools, hundreds of students that got a manuscript, and were able to give me feedback. So we really dialed it in. We've scored a 9.03 out of a scale of 1 to 10 across all demographics. We've had 12-year-olds that have read the 400-page book in 5 hours. Our youngest reader has been an advanced 7-year-old. Our oldest reader has been an 87-year-old doctor. Wow. And the feedback has just been amazing. We're winning awards. We just actually won an award for finalist in an international children's contest, which is unheard of in many ways. And then we can talk a little bit about the school tour.
Yeah, well, talk to us about, because you're going to schools not just here in Southern California, but you've been going to lots of them, and you've got lots more ahead in the fall, too, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. So we sort of soft launched in April, like I said, and what that means is we've just been testing out the message and getting everything. We have a huge, if you will, machine behind this. We have a great team behind this. We're in it for the long haul. This is 15 years, so it's a 7-book series. Films will follow each book. And the big thing behind it is really the school tour. And we're looking at doing anywhere from 250 to 300 schools within a year. Since April, I've already done 39 schools, if you can imagine. I've spoken in front of almost 4,500 students.
And what do you say to these kids to inspire them? Is it all related to the book? Does everything tie into the book?
No, creativity is our huge theme, and we're really trying to bring creativity back into the classroom and really inspire students about creativity, inspire teachers with creativity. And so really what we do is we kind of lead with the book, because it's always interesting to have an author, come into the school, and sometimes it's been as intimate as 60 children, 10 to 12-year-olds in a library setting. And then I was just up in Newport Beach Monday, and it was an auditorium of 200 students, if you can imagine. So it's really exciting. We lead with this. We talk a little bit about Britfield, but I really talk about the idea, how powerful an idea can be, how it can take a long time. Sometimes you might have the right idea, but it's not the right timing, and then we get into creativity. And it's a PowerPoint presentation, but it's interactive the whole time. So I come off the stage, I'm walking among the students, I'm asking them questions all the time. If we're talking about creativity and we're talking about inventions, I'm like, well, what's a great invention? And I go into stories. We have film clips, we have a movie clip. So it's very, very interactive. It's very entertaining. We have a lot of really cool pictures that we look at, really great creativity pictures and stuff, and the kids just love it. Talk a little bit about Pixar and how that whole thing was founded. We talk about Star Wars and George Lucas and 1975, 76. Nobody wanted Star Wars.
It's just stuff kids want to talk about.
It is.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. You mentioned Star Wars, and it's like, and then you play the movie clip, and they're like, so.
Oh, how do you identify the schools?
I have a whole team that's dedicated to finding the schools and stuff, and it's interesting because we've contacted over like 900 schools, if you can imagine, all the way up the coast and stuff, and it usually needs to fit into certain parameters. Really, we were doing a few classrooms, but classrooms really don't work with the presentation, so now it's specifically 100+ students. It really is an event. There's a lot to it. It's half a day of my time to come there, an hour. It's easy setup and stuff, but it really is exciting. So we don't have that many parameters per se. We were looking at local, we were looking at private, so we kind of been all across the board. Okay. Yeah. And where can we find out more? You got a website? Yeah, we have Britfield.com, and I really recommend checking out the website, Britfield.com. It's just Britfield. It took over 6 months to create it. It's got over 400 pictures of Britain, and it's got interactive maps. So the whole idea behind Britfield is if you're reading it, you can actually go to the website and see all the areas that Tom and Sarah had visited. We just launched our study guide for teachers to bring it into the schools, because it's designed to be taught through a semester, and that's a 83-page 30-page study guide that we're actually giving to schools for free, $30 value. And
All
stuff.
right, Chad Stewart.
Well, great. Well,
Great
thank
to see
so
you
much.
again, man.
Okay, great.
Good luck with your tour.
Thank you.